Hi guys! This video is our last live session on the SoccerNet-v2 challenge. We will briefly recap the deadline for the challenge, the instructions for the technical report, we will have a look at the latest update of the leaderboard, then give the timeline for the upcoming weeks, and finally, we'll answer a few common questions.
Feel free to join us for the announcement of the winners and a few presentations at the ActivityNet workshop on June 19. And come say hello at CV Sports on June 25. If you have any question, please contact us preferably on Discord. Otherwise, you may send a mail to this address. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel to support us, and enjoy! Just a few statistics first to begin with. This adventure of SoccerNet-v2 has started to grow big because we have more than 70 members on the Discord community, which is really good. We didn't expect that many people, so it's very nice. And we have a lot of views on YouTube actually. So for the 5 tutorials so far, we have more than 800 views, 850 views. So which is really good because, as you can see, there are 70 people in the Discord, but there are hundreds of views on YouTube. So it means that a lot of people are interested in this whole SoccerNet-v2 competition. So keep going, keep viewing, and that will be great. And on Eval.ai, you may ask, how many submissions did you have? And as a matter of fact, we have had more than 100 submissions on Eval.ai, counting for a test set, challenge set, and both tasks all together. But still, that's quite a lot. So a lot of people submit many times, and sometimes their results are not beaten. They get lower results. These results are not saved, but these count as submissions anyway. So we have a lot of submissions, especially in these last days of the challenge. We've had quite a lot. So it's very interesting to see this end of competition. So to remember, the challenge deadline is on May 30th, so it's in 3 days, at 11:59 p.m. PST, so Pacific Standard Time. So it's same like deadlines for conferences and so on. So we will not consider submissions arriving later for the prizes, but the evaluation server will remain open indefinitely afterwards because we want people to be able to keep submitting results and benchmark their methods and so on. So the server will not be closed, but for the challenge to be eligible for a prize, remember $500 per task, sponsored by Second Spectrum, you must submit before May 30, and we will consider only those submissions. Then we mentioned that you have to write a technical report. So the deadline for the technical report is 1 week after, so June 6 at 11:59 p.m. PST again. And you can send your report to soccernet.dataset@gmail.com, which is the email address with which we send regular emails, as you might have seen. You can ask for a receipt. Don't hesitate. If you want to be sure that we received your report, you can ask, please, can you say that you received the report, and we will answer. There is no problem. Regarding the format of the technical report, we ask that you don't exceed 2 pages, so maximum 2 pages, using a CVPR template. You can use the main paper template, you can use the rebuttal template of CVPR, it's okay for us, but no more than 2 pages. If you have to go more than 2 pages, it can only contain references, like in CVPR guidelines. So if you have a 3rd page, if you have only references on that 3rd page, it's okay. But for the main text of your method and so on, no more than 2 pages. So what's important to note is that you have to describe the methodology. It's not a full paper for conference, it's a technical report. So you don't need to motivate the method, to make an introduction, to make a related work section, and so on. You don't need to make a conclusion. We don't ask for that. What we want is to really understand how you obtained your results and how we could reproduce them. That's the main point. We want to know how you get the results. So you have to provide details about the data loading, the model architecture, the training hyperparameters, the fine-tuning that you perform. So everything that will help to reproduce the results. And of course, if you send us operational code, it's even better because we can just run the code and it's much easier and faster for us to validate your submission. So there is nothing fishy about that. So it's highly encouraged. But of course, it's not mandatory because we understand that some people that work in companies and so on might not be allowed to share code. So there is no problem. But if you are allowed to share code, please share code. It will be very interesting for us. So really, it's a technical report. Keep that in mind. We know the state of the art and we don't need you to remind us of that. So I guess it's okay for this tech report. So the leaderboard, okay, no more suspense. At the moment, there are private submissions which are very strong. So we got, I think yesterday, a super competitive action spotting submission, which is 68.68 average MAP, which is extremely high. We didn't expect that, so it's almost the 70% mark, which is cracked. And then there is another private submission with 62.42. Then in blue, you can see the public submissions. So the first public submission is from Beidou Research. It's quite recent because they were not competitors until a few days ago, I think. And they scored 62.35. So that's the current best public submission. And there are a few others that exceed 60% average MAP, which is very good. Don't forget that if you want to be eligible for a prize, you must upload public submissions. So these private submissions will not count for the prizes if they are not uploaded as public. That would be too bad, but that's the rule that we set. So don't hesitate to make them public. Not too late. Don't wait until the last minute. And you have 2 submissions per day, so don't wait too much. So that's very competitive. There are a lot of very good results here, and we were very surprised by the 68.68. So congrats to that team or person, and hopefully other people will catch up in the last days of the competition. For the replay grounding, we've had a few good submissions too in the last days. So we've had a private submission for 63.69 average AP, which is very good as well, because as you can see, our baseline was 40.75, so it's really low compared to that. The public one, the best public one, is from visual analysis of humans, above the 60% mark. And then there are some private submissions. So it might be a bit more squeezed here, so it's there's still a lot of things that can happen, I guess. So hopefully a lot of people will still compete and exceed that 63% mark. Again, don't forget to upload your submissions as public, even for the replay grounding. That's very important because private submissions will not be considered for the prizes. So Anthony will continue the presentation.
All right, so what's next with the planning that you and I and our team have to do in the following days and weeks? Well, as Adrien said, until May 30, you can still make submissions on the Eval.ai server and try to be eligible for a prize. So, of course, only public submissions. Then we will leave you 1 week, so between May 31 and June 6, to actually write the technical report on your method. And we will get back to that just a bit later. Then from June 7 to June 9, we will review all of your reports and verify the results, because even if you are the best method, we still have to validate if the submission is correct. So if you did not cheat and other stuff like that. So make sure to check your emails on June 10 when we will contact the actual winners. So there will be 1 winner for action spotting and 1 winner for replay grounding, but maybe something else can happen depending on the submissions that we have. Then once you are contacted, you will be asked to prepare a talk. So we don't yet have the conditions of how you will have to do it, but we will keep you updated on that as soon as we have information from the workshop organizers. And for us, in the meantime, we will prepare our workshop. Then the workshop itself is scheduled on June 19. So it will be at CVPR during the ActivityNet workshop, and we will have a session inside of this workshop that still has to be determined for the time. Then CVPR starts, I guess, between June 19 and June 25, and we encourage you, of course, to join CVPR, especially since it is a virtual event. It's quite cheap to register, so it's very valuable this year to participate. And then on June 25, we will have the CV Sports workshop, where the SoccerNet-v2 paper and another of our paper on SoccerNet-v2 will be presented. So if you want to come say hello and you're there, well, you're welcome to come. So I will now go a bit through the most asked question, let's say, and we also put a few of our questions in there so that everyone has the same information. So will the best performing method necessarily win? Well, as I said, yes, except that it has to be a valid submission. So of course it has to be public. It has to respect all of our guidelines, so no manual annotation, the report is sent on time, the results are reproducible, there is no cheating. I don't know how you could cheat, but maybe someone has found a way to cheat. And no multiple accounts, and all of our actually guidelines that we provided at the beginning of the challenge. So will we publish the reports for you? Well, actually no. So the reports are just for the internal evaluation. So then you can write a paper on your own if you wanna publish your method. And we suggest that you take a look at Sports 21's deadline, which is June 27. And I think that it has also been extended. I don't remember exactly, but you can go check the website. So this could be a great chance for you to have your method published in a great workshop as well. What we will do on our side is just write a summary of the methods that were participated in the challenge, as what is usually done in these kind of challenges. But that's it. So do you need to make your public submission before the deadlines? As we've said many times, yes, because only the public submissions will be eligible for a prize, and don't wait the last minute to submit your results, because you never know what can happen with computers, and it might be that the server is down or anything. So make sure to do it on time and to not feel stressed about it. So what if you can't attend the session on June 19? Will it be recorded? Well, yes. So our SoccerNet-v2 challenge session will be recorded, and we will make sure that everybody can watch a replay at some point. So probably it will be on YouTube, but we will keep you updated through Discord and through the emails. Yeah, please note that we still don't know exactly at what time we will be we will be scheduled during this workshop. And the last question, I think, is do I have to write a report if I know that I will not win? Well, I want to say that you know nothing, Jon Snow, because only one thing is certain, is that without a report you can't win anything. So as we said, even if you're not the best method, if the first one gets disqualified because of one of the problem with the guidelines, well, it will be the next submission with a report that will actually win. And maybe we could have a special surprise for an exceptionally innovative solution that we might find. So that's a surprise for later. So now, before concluding this last tutorial, if you have any questions, doubts or remark, don't hesitate to contact us, to say them directly, or if you are watching this replay, well, don't hesitate to contact us on Discord, or if you cannot go to Discord, we have a mail that is soccer.dataset@gmail.com. don't hesitate to contact us through there or through one of our email addresses. And yeah, just one thing important is that the contact form on the SoccerNet dataset is currently down, so don't use it for now. I think that it has been removed, but yeah, don't use it for now.
So thank you very much for watching and for attending all these SoccerNet-v2 sessions. Thank you for participating to the challenge. Of course, it's not over yet because we still have the challenge to finish, the reports. We still have the workshop. We will meet you there. We will have a last big session on June 19, which will be our final farewell session somehow. So let's keep in touch and thank you very much.